Well, you're closer to Mandrake or the Shadow. 'Cause you can cloud people's minds.
Oh yeah, the shadow. Sorry, that's the one.
Okay, so Dante's the shadow, and Claudia is the fifth.
Like I said, I try not to use my powers.
Zamek is kind of dipping into the magical type character, which isn't really from this time period, but comes later.
Dipping into what?
The magical minority, because Zamek comes from a subculture in magic, and he it.
I mean, you say that, but wouldn't he be like Tonto?
Tonto doesn't use magic.
I mean, he appears to be mystical, despite
No, he
not
doesn't.
being. I mean,
he's really good tracker, but so is the Lone Ranger, and they have like jungle ways, but he doesn't actually cast any spells or summon the spells.
right. I mean, technically, if you looked at Zombie from the outside, he just sits around for 5 minutes and then does something weird.
Yeah, Tonto doesn't do that. Not in the original stories, anyway.
Well, he was also somewhat of comic relief. So, I don't know. We take it. We take our inspirations in different places.
Yeah, I mean, like the magical minority is very popular these and 70s. Yeah, it's a lot more popular. I'm trying to think of a good example. I think there is a mystic mummy guy.
Yeah, no, I didn't pull from any 20s or 30s tropes or story. I just came up with my own guy. I probably am kind of out of time for my character type, but I don't really care.
And
Like, will I whose sidekick will I end up being? Will I end up being Claudia's sidekick or Dante's sidekick?
Well, I mean, we both came up with where you were from, other than South America, and then I located a South American tribe that had this whole involved backstory. Because I had to figure out how I would win you in a card game. And hell, man, I freed you years ago. If you want to be Claudia's sidekick, go live with a rich woman. It's your choice. Since
I don't know, man.
apparently you don't want
I
to
don't know,
learn
man.
to do magic tricks.
I don't know, man. Like she's got a really nice house, man. She's got nice furniture. She's got clothes. She's got money all the time. She can take me out to dinner.
Well, just leave then. Just leave then. No, seriously though. If you want to live with a rich woman, go live with a rich woman. Sal can learn to do tricks. Or hell, I'll find a flapper who looks good in a dress. You look terrible in a dress, Zalmic.
But listen, I know you've been counting the days when you can get rid of me and get some dizzy dame up there.
And I bet they'll come up with an act when I ask them to.
Hello, hello.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Testing. EHH, are you here?
yes.
All right. So, time for us to get back into the action. I would like you to roll a mind observation. Oh, you are researching in the library.
Okay.
Okay. Uh, you don't hear a single thing until you hear a knock on the door. Of the mansion. You can hear it sort of echoing down the halls. And of course, you can sort of hear the butler somewhere way out there talking to someone at the door. Do you go and check, or do you just keep to your books?
I kind of go over here, sneak a peek down the hallway just to see what's.
All right. This is the back main hallway. The front door is all the way over here. Right across the grand entrance and ballroom. So you would have to get closer to see or necessarily hear what is going on. Do you?
Yeah, yeah, I do.
All right, you advance closer, and already you can see the butler holding a piece of paper as someone over at the door is walking away. And after reading it, you can hear him say, "What's the meaning of this, sir? Get back here! Uh, I'm going to call the police about this." You can hear him shout as he simply walks back out towards the street. What do you do?
I go to the butler and ask, "What was that all about?"
A very curt gentleman brought me delivered this message. I'm afraid it doesn't look good, and he hands it over to you.
What does it say?
It says, "You will pay for William's sins."
Uh, and I just get a little look, it's just like, oh no.
The butler has closed the door, but I would like you to make me one more mind observation check. All right. Now that you are closer to the front and closer to this, you can hear the sounds of a car out front that is still idling. So I'm going to put that on the token layer. Not only that, you hear the sounds of several people not trying to be quiet, approaching back down the path outside.
I assume this is after I've left, right? A couple hours later.
Yes, it has been a while after you've left. It is actually getting dark outside here. Uh, and I'll have to ask James, while you hear a bunch of footsteps outside, while you have gotten to about here to talk to the butler who's handed you off the message, uh, what do you do right now?
I say, I think we have to get out of here.
Oh dear, but why? And as soon as he says why, the sounds of bullet after bullet being fired begins to spray through the entire mansion. I would like you to roll me a dodge check, and you will have some bonuses. You are at 40 meters away at the very least, as they are spraying down the entire mansion, which will give you a range difference. That is in the long range now, so that is 2d12 to dodge it. Additionally, they are firing into an entire building semi-blindly. You have a d12 cover.
So how many d12s do I have?
3d12s.
Well, add my non-combatant. That makes 4 d.
Hey! Isn't it great not having to fight these people with machine guns?
Just a minute.
Alright. Do. Speed mine shooting. Ooh, there's an 11 in there. It's pretty safe to say they won't be able to hit that without their aim bonus. But I don't think they have veteran. Uh, so the first one is not going to be capable of hitting you. I would like you to roll a second one because there's more than one Tommy gun involved.
Including
These are
the
with the
4D.
same bonuses.
Just a minute.
All right, that will outclass them for sure. And I will go ahead and not make you roll for the other two because they are far less skilled, and in this scenario, they are merely pumping bullets into the building, if at all. However, you do hear, instead of more machine gun fire from at least one of them, you hear the sounds of glass crashing against the building and the sounds of a fire. I'm going to go ahead and pull out some red. There we go. Someone has thrown an explosive at the building. Uh, so this is going to be Rise of Good Guys. James Green, you are still inside, and there are bullet holes that nearly allow for a line of sight outside. What do you do?
Is the butler still alive?
He is still alive and cowering face down on the ground, hands over the back of his head.
There's gotta be this.
Would you like to rally him?
I'll try.
All right, you're looking at will and tactics, I believe. All right, that is good. He regains his composure just long enough to agree with you. I don't think I need to be anywhere around this.
Agreed.
All right, and where are you gonna go?
I don't know anything about this house, so I don't know where to go.
You have the map around you.
As I said, I don't know where to go. I don't know what's.
You could ask the butler. You just rallied him.
Yeah, that's why. That's why I was hinting at. Like, do you know
yes.
any place?
Out the back, on the south side of the building. Yeah, this way down the hallway. And he will take your hand and he will guide you down this hallway. But to see how far you can run, I would like you to roll body speed athletics. I'm presuming you were trying to get as far as you can.
Yes.
Right? That is 2 successes. Go ahead and move up to 30. Which ought to get you basically out of the building, I think. No, you're kind of mostly out. Rise of Bad Guys by the time that they managed to get anywhere. They have not entered the building yet, but they are going to go ahead and just pump the entire building full of bullets a second time because they do not care. I'm going to ask you to make another dodge roll, and you may take all of the same previous bonuses.
Okay.
Naturally, with 40-12, while you're still deep in the building, it's very difficult for them to really hurt you, but they are just shooting anything they can. Oh, your regular dice didn't come up to anything. But you did get an 11 in there. They cannot beat that as they are in this scenario. Well, maybe. All right, so you are running. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at a thing. Because I need to know if somebody is capable of noticing you leaving. He's got the one.
And we'll say I kept all the notes in my pocket code or something.
Right, of course. You still have your notes on you. You didn't necessarily throw them away or anything here. All right. So Rise of Hero, you are still going to be rushing straight out the door, aren't you?
Uh-huh.
All right. And as you get to the door, there is somebody already outside at this door. He is, in fact, a very large, muscular badger. He has nearly black coloration all over his face, except for tiny white pinpricks of his eyes. He is a little bit shabby looking, to be honest. But he has a very serious expression, and in one hand he is twirling a knife. Uh, since you would have moved down here to try to leave, what action would you like to do right now?
I see him. I go, sorry, we're not taking solicitors. Slam the door and try to go out through the library window.
All right. So go ahead and roll me body speed athletics to see how far you get. You can move another 10 meters.
I have running as a favorite.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Go ahead and roll it then. You got a d6 to reroll there. A 5. Congratulations, you can move 20 meters in your favored direction. I would assume probably this way. So I'll go ahead and move your token in that direction. To 20. Bam, there we go. All right, Rise of Villains. You can hear outside the sound of people breaking in. And somewhere deep back towards the front of the building, you can hear, "Spread out and find her." And behind you, of course, you hear slow, patient footsteps. And you hear a voice, even as you run. "Where is Claudia? I need her." Rise of Heroes, you are still trying to run away from this guy. What are you going to do?
Try to open a window.
Okay, so go ahead and roll me body, speed, and athletics to try to open this very quickly and get out through the window before someone behind you catches you. All right, 2 successes. You managed to open up that window and pop yourself outside, and the window clatters behind you. You can almost see behind you a large figure about to enter the library as you dart away past the window, and you are leaving the premises, are you not?
Yes.
All right, you leave the premises and end up out on the streets. All right.
Well, the street. I assume I have a detached house.
Yes, correct. He is running back towards the main thoroughfare here.
No way, man. That house loves you. You're never gonna get away from that house.
Let's see. So I'll have to ask actually, where are you planning to go, James?
as far away from the house as possible. Possibly try to contact Claudia. Say they're asking.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and ask you to engage in a little chase with me. You're going to try to run as long as you can, as far as you can to get away. So I would like to see some body, speed, athletics, and endurance.
Okay.
And I'm going to roll similarly.
D6,
that is
D6, D6.
geez. Yeah, you can reroll once, but he does have a 7. I don't think the reroll alone will stop him. It will not. So I am going to go ahead and roll something new and frightening. Let's see. I'm going to do it this way because it is a little faster this way. And 1D. There we go. Let's do it. There is a 10 in there. That is not good. I need to pull out the Urban Jungle Book just to confirm what you will be resisting with here as something strange and beyond your comprehension begins to happen. I am going to need you to roll me. Where are you? Didn't think I would need to have this up so soon. As in do. Here we go. I will need you to roll body, will, and presence. Actually, honestly, the bigger question is, do you even have a D10 to roll?
Nope.
All right. Is there anything else you might want to tap for this check?
I don't even know what I'm going for.
Precisely. As you are running away, you feel your joints begin to stiffen, your body begin to stop moving as you are nearly mid-stride on half a foot. Your body no longer moves under your command. You are paralyzed, looking straight ahead into the night, and you can only hear the pounding, heavy footsteps of someone behind you. And you hear a voice. I did not ask twice. You will be coming with me. And you feel a large arm wrap around you and carry you away. You have been captured, James Green. Something undeniably strange and supernatural has just happened to you.
Well, at least you have a journal to write.
All right. Meanwhile, out on who am I going to go back to next? I think Zamek.
All
Zamek,
right.
you come to consciousness.
What do I wake up to?
You wake up and you are on the same roof as you recall. All is as you remember it, and the other two in front of you, as you stand up, are on the ground still, but they're also standing up in front of you. There's doubles of them now, but the ones standing are stranger and wispier than the ones on the ground.
Okay.
You're able to recognize things are not as they seem.
I take a slow look around, and am I like in the spirit world now?
You are in. You take a look down at your hands, and the same has happened to you
Mhm.
because you are familiar with your ancestor spirits and the stories. It is easy for you to conclude you must have taken on some sort of spiritual form. And as you take a quick look behind you, you can see your body still collapsed on the roof of the building.
Okay. So I look over to the two other ethereal beings. Are they still like in shock or like
Uh, they definitely seem very confused and are looking at their own hands in between each other. What the hell is this?
all right, I take out my dream catcher and I'm just making like a big show of like doing like a chant and I go, stand where you are right now and speak the truth and I won't destroy your souls.
That sounds like a threat. What do you have to try to pull off a threat?
Presence? I do have it favored as intimidation.
Mm-hmm. I believe the scare tactic was. Let me go ahead and take a look at someone who has it. Frighten. Ah, damn, didn't write it on this guy. I believe it should be mind, will, and presence. No, body, will, presence. That's right.
Body, will, presence.
Yes,
Awesome.
and it will be
Okay.
opposed by theirs, and well, they ain't great.
2 successes.
All right, body and will and presence. Oh, they do have a little bit. And do they have guts as well? Haha, they do. They hope you're rolling an extra d12 on this.
Oh, great. And they fail.
And claim d12. Well, the d12 rolled a 2. Their highest die is a 4. Your highest is 2 5s. You get to sweep to the other one as well. Go ahead and roll again.
Oh, awesome. 1 second. And that's the same presence, right?
Correct.
Ooh, that one's not so good. Ooh,
This guy might be doing a little bit better than his friend. You rolled a 5 there. He rolled a 5 and a 9.
yep, you got me.
There are now 2 of them. And you are out there. One of them is now panicked, and the other one is not. And you look at him, and it looks like he is reaching for a knife, and he pulls up empty-handed as he looks at you, and he will try to scare you in turn. Enough of this nonsense, I'll just throttle you with my own bare hands if you don't tell me what's going on right now.
Come at me, bro. Sorry.
All right, so this is going to be another presence contest. He is also going to try to rally his friend in the same breath, but he is not very good at that.
All right. You want me to? You roll first, and I roll.
Yeah, I'm just gonna roll this. He doesn't help his friend out. His friend is still panicking and is very certain you can take away his soul. As for trying to scare you, you are now rolling opposed to this.
Mm,
He has rolled a 6 and a 9 again.
I'm not gonna be able to beat a 9 because I think my highest dice is a D8.
Right. He has taken control of the situation, and he is approaching you, pounding one ethereal fist into the other. You better start talking straight to me. However,
Hold on 1 second. Let me see. Is there anything I can do?
you could tap personality if you really want to.
Mm, yeah. Okay. No, I guess we're just gonna have to do ethereal fisticuffs.
All right, but you are frightened.
All right.
And you were dazed because you also pulled off a stunt, but so is he. So you will have a singular action to decide how to respond here.
Trying to think. Is there anything I can do? metaphysically.
Because you were panicked, you could not choose to directly attack him.
Okay. This is interesting. Do I just run down the fire escape or do I just jump off? You know what? I'm gonna say, since I'm not experienced at this, I'm gonna still think this is like the real world. So I'm just gonna start running down the stairs.
All right, you run away, and he says, "Hey, get back here! You need to fix this." And he will go ahead and begin chasing you down. Meanwhile, the other one will stay up on the roof. Zamek, why don't you give me a body, speed, and endurance and athletics to try to escape?
Body, speed, and you said endurance, right?
Yes.
Let me just double check here. Awesome. That's a D6. Body, speed, endurance. Come on, Daddy needs a new pair of shoes, and I don't get it.
And he got 2 successes. He catches up with you, and he will attempt to grab you in one way or another. I will quickly pull up that because I did not anticipate he would need to actually grapple somebody today. Such is my folly. Attack methods. He is, in fact, a brawler. Oh, no, he's not even that. He is going to do his best to try to grab you normally with body and fighting. So you will get to choose to dodge or counterattack.
I'm going to counter. How do I do that?
Do you have a attack method to counter at close range?
I have fighting.
If you don't have the gift of boxing, brawling, you can't counter. So all you can do is dodge.
Oh,
Right.
so even if I have fighting, I can't counter.
That is correct. You have to
Okay.
actually have boxing, which is why I bought that. Or if you have a hand weapon out, you can counter with that.
I'm assuming I don't have the poker.
I don't know
you
what's
do
in your
not have the
inventory.
poker.
Okay. Then I guess I will be dodging. So I just hit this dodge button up here. Ooh.
Ooh, that looks really good, especially compared to anything that he may have gotten there. 4, 5, 4 versus 3s. Yep. So you have outdone him. You have dodged him as he lurches towards you to grab you. You are now in range of him because you ran away the previous round and were not in range. You are not afraid of him at the moment, but you are point blank to him.
Mm, mm.
You have
Just
nothing
give me a
but your
second.
bare hands.
Okay. I am going to. I guess I'm going to try to punch him in the face to distract him enough to run away. I guess that's the closest way I could describe it.
All right, so go ahead and try to punch him.
Kind of like a Three Stooges kind of thing, like poke him in the eyes. Ooh, that was bad.
Okay, he does not have a way to counter you either because he is also a terrible fighter, so he's going to have to dodge. He doesn't have much going for him. That looks like it definitely hit him. What move was this here?
I'm sorry.
What move did you choose?
Oh, I was just gonna like poke him in the eyes or something like that.
So we'll go ahead and say that was a punch then.
Yeah, it was a punch, but thematically, I like Larry,
Yeah.
Moe, and Curly poked them in the eyes kind of thing.
So you have 2 successes over him, and he botched. So that is 3, 4 damage he has to find a way to soak. He has endurance. He soaks 2 of it because he is a tough individual, and he will go ahead and tap Monstrous Soak. Where before he seemed absolutely terrifying, now you realize he is, of course, just a punk. A punk without a weapon.
He can bleed.
You still have one more action. I take it you are going to use this to retreat.
Yes. Can I run or dash, or does it?
Absolutely. Go ahead and roll body speed athletics.
Body speed, athletics. Booyashkasha. Okay, 2 successes.
All
One
right.
crit.
You managed to evade him by a fair distance. There's now 2 successes worth between you and him. Meanwhile, Rise of Villains. The first villain is going to attempt to keep after you. He is going to go ahead and roll body, speed, and athletics. And not quite catch up to you. So if I actually go ahead and bring you down here to the graph, he is in short range right now. And he might fall even further behind. However, back on the rooftop, you hear the sounds of a startling scream, followed by a terrifying, unnatural one. And you can
Yep.
see a light up on top of the roof.
Okay, I take a mental note of that and quietly shudder, but I have more pressing things to do, like escaping my ephemeral pursuer.
All right, then. So, he has tried to keep up with you, and you are going to continue to run. Or what do you choose to do? It is Rise of Heroes.
All right, so what's the scene around me? I'm assuming that me and him are the only one on the streets. Do I see any other details, anything supernatural or paranormal that I could use to my advantage?
Not out on the streets. In fact, you see a car coming straight for you as you are running away, and though your instinct is to dodge, the car goes straight through you.
Yeah, and I have that moment of like, oh shit, and then like, like I just turn around and see the car pull away, like, oh, that was weird. All right, then I'm gonna make another dash, but I'm gonna try to dash and make it back to the fire escape.
All right, you're going to try to circle around on him then.
Yeah.
I'm going to have you go ahead and roll body, speed, and athletics still. You are still just trying to move very fast.
Body speed, athletics. Boom. Ooh.
That is no
Not
true
good.
successes there. You do your best to hustle. And though it brings you closer, it has in fact brought your adversary closer in trying to circle around. So the fire escape is now only at short range. At this point, I want to ask a quick question to Dante. Dante, after the meeting, where would you go? Back home? Or to the theater?
I'm certainly not going back home, not with that bitch. I'm sorry, witch there.
Right. With that hot on your mind, you and Sal are taking a cab back to the theater. You have a slight shiver up your spine for a moment for some reason, and you see something a little odd. Go ahead and roll me mind observation.
Alright, 1 second. Alright, I don't have to look it up. One success.
All right. One success. You can kind of see that there's a light on top of the theater.
We don't have any lights installed on top of the theater, right? That's
You sure don't. Not in the middle of it, and not without any purpose.
Alright, I'm gonna close my eyes for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, I'm activating my ESP.
Fantastic. What are you going to use your ESP for? You have 2 successes there.
Clear senses. I can perceive the physical world without hindrance. I know what's behind locked doors. I can see pitch darkness. I cannot be blindsided. Hidden characters have to roll, blah, 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 blah. You know.
Okay. So as before, you reach out into your mind's eye to view distant nearby events, and you see, of course, Zamek and two other individuals you've never seen before collapsed on top of the roof, with crowbars and pokers lying across it. And of course, you see a small brown package that appears to be on fire. The roof, however, is tarred over and not quite immediately flammable.
God damn it, we just had a meeting about this. This is not cool, Pythor.
Wonderful. So I'm going to say the cab has rolled up to the side of the building. You have used one action to use clear senses. What would you like to do with the other one?
How far away is it?
You would be within about 5 to 7 meters. You would move from near to short to get up the fire escape.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna book it up the fire escape.
Okay. You can go ahead and do that as an action, and you get up and you manage to get your real eyes upon the scene. And it is not any less terrifying to see your friend down here on the ground, not moving a single bit.
But he doesn't seem physically hurt, right?
There are no wounds upon him that you can see, nor any blood upon the roof.
And is he falling on his back or his front?
He has fallen on his front face.
Okay, so is his back rising and falling as his chest heaves up and down? Is he breathing? Did you not hear me, or is that just a long pause?
No,
Or
I
you
needed
thinking?
a second for the dogs barking.
Okay, I was like, that's a lot of thinking.
I know, right? But no, he does appear to still be breathing and alive, but he's not really
Okay.
moving.
Sorry, I'm gonna click another button here. My first thought is to use normal means to put a fire out, but I don't know what's in the bag, and if it's on fire, I'm thinking it's not great, so...
Right, but you are out of actions for the time being.
Oh, well, I didn't know I was in combat turn since nobody's interacting with me.
Right, I was just moving you to be in the right place and time as everyone else. Zamek, the cultist who's been on your heels, moves from near to close to get at you. And now he will opt to try to brutalize you once more, or at least to grab you, in the hopes that maybe you could get an explanation. You will have to dodge, of course.
All right, roll it.
All right, this is again body in fighting, something he does have, just not in spades.
There we
He's rolled
go.
a 5.
Ooh, I only rolled 4s.
Zamek, do you have a favored use for dodge?
What do you mean?
I mean, you rolled a 1 there. If you had a favored use, you could re-roll that 1.
Does that really count?
Dodging can be a favored use of evasion.
Sure, why not?
Okay, so go ahead and write that down. You can change it out for 1 experience later if you want. But you can go ahead and re-roll that 1d8.
Let me just write that. 1d8. So much 1d8. Ooh.
That is unfortunately not any better. He has grabbed a hold of you. He does not necessarily do any damage, I believe, with this. However, no. So you don't have anything to soak here. However, he has taken a hold of you right now. And he is going to try to frighten you immediately afterwards to end this. Tell me what's going on right now, and I will have you roll body, will, and presence. He rolled a set of 4s here, and you rolled a 5. You are not under any inclination to give up yet, as even though you are in his arms.
All right, I just snap back at him like, tell me what you're doing here, and I'll let you go.
You're not holding on to him; he's holding on to you.
Okay.
But he is dazed now. Dante, up top, something is going to happen. I will now go ahead and get out the thing I prepared for this.
The bomb is going to explode.
And 3, 2, let's see, I believe I'm gonna go ahead and roll here. Rolling on my side to hide things. Okay. That was funny. But I am going to need you to make a roll for me in a second, I believe. One. That's not actually enough. What a shame. Dante, while you are standing atop the roof, roll body, will, and endurance. As it feels as if a strong gust of wind has blown in your direction.
I get pulled off the roof.
It feels as if it threatens to try to throw you straight off the roof. However, you only become dazed and unbalanced. This windy rooftop is quite treacherous, apparently. All right, back to Rise of Heroes. Zamek, you are in the most immediate danger.
All right. I'm going to try to frighten this guy again with my presence or intimidate him.
Okay.
And like I said, I'm just going to be.
Keep in mind, though, that if you try to do a stunt like frightening, you will end your turn and become dazed. If you'd like to try to beat him up first or escape his grasp and then frighten him, you might want to do that first.
Okay, then I slight amendment. I will
Mhm.
try to break his grip on me, and then I'll frighten or intimidate him. I do have a gift for this, I believe. No, it's one of the brawling actions.
Oh, right, you have brawling. You actually have better attacks.
Yeah, overbear. I think overbear is the one that lets you.
Yep, Overbear will do damage, let you escape, and shove him away.
Then that's what I will do.
Shove specifically, let's see. Not listed in this section immediately. I will find it in a bit, but it suffice to say.
It says close counter, held body, will fighting.
Yep, so if he tried
Damage.
to hurt you, you could do this as a counter to him. So ultimately, if you don't escape, you can still try to hurt him later.
Gotcha. Okay. So I roll. So yeah, just roll body, will fighting, and if I succeed, I overbear him.
Correct. He is going to choose to counterattack you to try to beat you into submission.
Body, will fighting.
Because you are held, he can choose to
All right,
struggle kick.
I have 2 successes, which are 2 4s, but I did roll a 1.
I guess struggle is what he's going for here. So let's go ahead and see it. He does not roll very well. You have, in fact, 2 successes on him. And you chose to overbear. That is going to be 2 damage going his way. You are free of his grasp, and you shove him away.
All right. So now I will use my intimidation
Yeah,
to.
allow me to see if he soaks that damage first. Endurance, here we go. No, he is going to have to tap something for that. And he is going to go ahead and tap Frenzy Soak. He is slappering at the mouth to get at you. Go ahead and try to intimidate him.
All right. Let's see what happens this time. Ooh,
Looking
2
good
sixes.
so far. However, he is a gutsy individual and has a bit of an advantage.
He rolled
Uh,
a 7.
Yeah, 6, 5, 6 versus, yup, his 7. He is not intimidated, and in fact is loving this as much as he protests. All right, so that leaves you now dazed, and your turn is over. Dante, you are dazed. You have lost an action this turn. What do
Sure.
you do?
I'll use my psychokinesis.
Okay, go ahead and give me the roll, and then tell me what we're going to do. We have 2, 3, 4 successes.
Right, I'm going to use my pyrokinesis to extinguish the flame.
Ooh, okay.
Not carrying enough liquids on me. I'm not going to whip it out and piss on the package, and I'm not going to throw it somewhere. So,
All right. So you go ahead and use your mental energies and pat down the flames.
more that
The
I move the
box.
flames away from existence.
Right, the box is no longer suddenly on fire, as if it never was. And that is your turn. Uh, all right, Rise of Bad Guys. We have a cultist here who is also dazed, has been shoved away, and he's just going to go ahead and take a second to guard himself. And get back up there without going through me. Meanwhile, up on the roof, I am gonna go looking for. Oh, right. There we go. What a pain. What a pain. Uh, Zamet. No, Dante. You hear the door, uh, of the roof access door, uh, clattering and banging as if somebody is pounding on the other side of it.
I can see through
Trying to
it,
break
though.
through.
I mean, I can see through it, so what's there?
Nothing and nobody.
Okay, so it's not a concern then. You literally cannot hide from my sight, so it's noise coming from nothing.
All right. So, slightly perturbed, you see something begin to apparate from the box. It is like a rising mist, and and though it takes on a form not akin to any humanoid shape, you can feel the anger of it as it as you look upon it. This odd mass of form. And from it, you begin to feel fear as it tries to scare you. So we are going to go ahead and roll. You are going to roll body, will, and presence now to try to not be frightened. And it too has a bit of an advantage.
I'm gonna check something here.
I'm checking something too.
just gonna hit my macro because I think it has the same result in it.
Body, will, presence. Hey. You got a 6 in there. It, however, has an 11. And you hear a voice in your mind say, "Fear me, mortal." And you feel afraid. All right. That is Rise of Villains.
Why is
Go
the
ahead.
Mr. Wonderful company coming after me?
Well, you'll have time to ask that, on Rise of
Never!
Heroes.
You'll be dead!
Zomic, you are dazed and have a singular action.
All right. At this point, between me being in the spirit realm and this guy chasing me down and seeing him in a frenzy, I kind of get whipped up in my own little frenzy. So I'm just gonna hiss at him and attack him.
You're just gonna try rushing him?
Yep.
He
I
is a
have.
short distance from you. You have only one action,
Can I not pummel him?
not from 3 meters away. So you have a choice to
So
move, but then you won't be able to attack.
then fine. I will. Then okay, fine. I will guard and wait for his attack.
Okay. You go ahead and put up your dukes and hold back for his incoming attack. Dante, you are on the roof.
Yeah, but I'm panicked.
Yes, you are.
Also, I don't understand why this creepy doll tried to scare me if I just saved it. God damn it, Chucky. I mean, mechanically, I have no other option but to back down down the ladder so I can get out of sight.
Oh yeah. I don't remember that. All right, so you go down the ladder to get out of sight. And since you are out of sight,
Hold on a sec here. I'm not dazed right now, am I?
no, you are not dazed at the moment.
Well, then
You were
obviously
last
I'm
time.
grabbing Zomix's body as I go.
All right,
I
that'll be
leave it
your
there with a
second.
creepy doll.
Yep, that'll be your second action. Zamek's body is with you. Zamek, you can see towards your destination on the fire escape, Dante coming down the fire escape with your body.
And yeah, I just take stock of the surreal vision of that as I'm squaring off against this guy, seeing my body being carried down by Dante, but trying to focus on the task at hand here because I figure I've realized now, like, if I don't take this guy out, I have no way of solving this dilemma.
All right, Rise of Villains. This guy will opt to rush you because he is impatient and he wants to kill you. And he's gonna go swinging. You will have to dodge.
All right, I was guarding.
Yes, you are. So I don't believe you have veteran. You have a D8 bonus to defend yourself here.
All right, so I roll dodge and then I roll another d8, or can I counter? Because
Correct.
can I
You
counter?
still don't have a counter move at
Gotcha.
near
Okay.
range.
Okay, and then
Or
another
close
d8.
range, rather.
You said another d8.
Yes, correct. Another D8.
All right,
So he has 2 6s. You have 1 6. Is there anything you can claim to try to break the
stubborn.
tie? Otherwise, it looks like he does manage to hit.
Stubborn. Can I tap my stubborn?
You could, but I don't think there's much to it here. He barely has a hit. You only need to soak 1 damage here.
Okay, fine. I'll just soak it. Then
Okay,
that's fine.
so go ahead and roll. I believe you're actually wearing a. Oh, you're wearing a handy outfit. That's right.
Yes. So what do you want me to roll?
Oh, right. It is body endurance to soak.
Body endurance. Okay, no speed.
Nope.
Ew.
All right, that is no successes. You now have 1 point of damage to soak. Would you like to tap something? You
Yeah,
always go
winded.
into a panic.
Nope, I will use winded soak.
Hey, perfect. It soaks 1 damage exactly. So he barely manages to tap you in the cheek, and you take a breath and are ready for another go. There is a brawl occurring. Dante, nothing happens to you.
Cool.
Rise of good guys. Zamek, you are point blank with this guy. You have used your guard to defend yourself. And you
All
have
right.
a chance.
All right, I will use pummel this time.
Might I make a suggestion? You could also try to aim and get a D8 bonus.
Okay. So I just rolled the aim first?
It's the same as if with your guard. You roll what you would normally roll, but you also get a D8.
Gotcha. Okay.
So
what
you would
happens
be
if I-
rolling body will fighting here, and he is going to choose to dodge because that is all he has to choose from.
Body will fighting. Oh, 1 success.
Oh, he did manage to hit you.
All right, so there we go.
All right, he got a 3, 5, 2, 2, 1. So you have 2 successes on him, and you do 2 damage. He has to soak 4. He is going to go ahead and try. He soaks 1. However, he does not have enough soaks left to absorb the rest of the damage, and he goes down and unconscious, and his wispy spiritual form dissipates.
Yeah!
Killed a man!
feel-
Yeah!
You feel pumped.
I'm jealous. Someone's punching ghosts. It's not me.
Yeah. I know, right? Well, you managed to punch goats, but you don't have them punching for you yet. Zamek, you used 2 actions to do that. It is Dante's turn. Dante.
Yeah, I pop back up. What do I see? I bet it's not a creepy doll.
You pop back up, and in fact, you see. Where's the Here we go. A creepy doll
Oh.
sitting beside its burnt box.
I say you're not following the horror movie tropes. It's supposed to be missing now, and I'm gonna wander around trying to figure out where the hell it went.
It has not had a lot of time, it seems.
I would have left Zamek on the. I'm assuming this is like New York style, Chicago style fire escape, right? Where it's got like little platforms from each level.
Yeah, it's got a platform at each floor and a ladder or staircase, depending on the
Right,
size.
so I would have left him on the first level. Yeah,
Okay.
I pop back up, and then I'm going to psychokinesis again.
All right.
I do like how I always say, I don't like to go ham on this, and then every opportunity, ham!
That's okay. We got plenty of ham today. We are going to be well fed on ham.
Oh.
That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, something's about to go down here.
Well, I was only prepared for a 3 at the most. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna Poltergeist 5. You can hurl several small attended objects from medium range or one big one to short range. Target that gets hit takes 5 points of damage. I want to keep the doll, though. It's the problem. So I guess I'm gonna hurl it towards... Is this a roof that has a